Look at you, honey cakes over there. Today, I want to speak about PulseChain and BitBoy and everybody in between. See, recently, friends, there was some controversy. What was going on? Of course, who is BitBoy? We have JigglyBoy. We caught a wild JigglyBoy. Now, what's the controversy? You see, what happened was BitBoy, he started off in crypto as just an average influencer, and he amassed a large following, and he snowballed. And he basically went and he promoted a lot of coins, got a lot of advertisements here and there. And he rose to basically the very, very top in 2021. He had like 1 million plus subscribers on YouTube. But then what ends up happening is to kind of keep going and overtake the top spot, which is actually Coin Bureau, BitBoy said, well, I'm going to arbitrage something. And what he's going to do is he can see that there are big communities out there, but no mainstream influencer gave him a voice. He chose XRP, and he also chose Cardano. So very funny because they are polar opposites in crypto. Cardano, Charles Hoskinson coin, fully decentralized maxi. XRP, fully centralized maxi. But BitBoy, he saw it and he's like, you know what, I'm just going to give a voice to the people. I like the coins, I like their missions. It is what it is, okay? And what happens is he onboards them, and every day, pretty much, there was a segment for Cardano and a segment for XRP. And I mean, trust me, there was a lot of times where there was just nothing going on, and you could just see him. I remember Ben struggling to like talk about, oh, XRP guys, file some new paper, or Cardano, like some third testnet of white paper gets in. And he would always like interrupt the story halftime to go talk about like baseball or something funny, or talk about a movie here and there. So you can tell like it's very hard to keep making daily content about those two coins, especially at the top, because Cardano didn't even have smart contracts yet, friends. It didn't have all this other amazing stuff that we see like in terms of Ethereum land right now. So what ends up happening is BitBoy continues to support them and, you know, makes predictions here and there. Expected, just like everybody else, everyone expected $8 to $10 Cardano, doesn't hit it, hits about a third of it. He expected like $10 XRP, and he hits like what, $1.80, $1.90, and then it stops there. Okay, so now we are in a new realm. See, I noticed this. I was there, and I thought, well, look, it's been a long time for PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX community. The prices are still down a lot. Everyone's still hopeful of higher growth. However, friends, in a bull market, everything that you know with me about normality, morals, ethics, okay, the right thing, all of those things, you can yell at people all you want. In a bull market, no one cares, all right? No one cares. You are literally yelling into the Grand Canyon and no one can hear you, okay? Nothing. You're fighting a brick wall here. You're not going to win. There are people with louder megaphones, and they just got to say the right word, and they know the words to say, and they go, sweet. They go like guaranteed up only, all right? There's many, many things that they do, and they just basically reel everyone in. So you can sit here being honest, and you can try to talk to people when it comes to like, hey, this influencer did this, and then they did that. Guess what? Everyone's like, nah, I don't really know. Did it really happen? I don't know. Trust me. I've got evidence. I've got videos. I can show you everything. New people will look at it, and they go, I don't really care about like this downside stuff. I'm here to make money. That's what their attitude is. Because remember, they're weak hands entering now, friends. These are the people excited by the green candles, motivated to buy. You and me, we take more, basically, we pay more attention to these types of things in the bear market. Because we know one wrong slip up, you've lost all your money. You buy the top of this trash coin because he sold maybe Richard Hart coins or whatever. And you're like, oh, crap, man. Like now I've lost everything. I've lost my quantity. So remember, in the bull market, people set everything aside. Now, I have a picture here just to show you. This is like a forum of the Romans. Shout out to Mr. Brissology for making this. Like, hear ye, incentive token. Is it a meme or not? That's what these people are arguing about. Okay, so just to remind you, friends, I'm wearing a Pokemon hat. Okay, so none of this is financial advice, but price matters the most to humans, as you know. I mean, Richard Hart's main talking point was about the price in 2020, in 2021. And now, like, it's basically gone silent because everyone's like, well, we still have the great code and stuff, right? Yeah, but those narratives about best performing asset and all the other price stuff, they've had to be retired for anything else. Like, you literally saw Dog with a hat do 14,000x. Pepe did 340,000x. You're watching all these altcoins fly. Even Solana did like a flash 10x. Bonk did 150x. You know what I mean? So these are just things that we're just going to have to move on from. These people just care about the green candles. And a bigger audience means more coverage, more price pump. That's it. Okay, Metcalfe's law. So now, obviously, the PulseChain community, they saw what what Ben did with XRP and Cardano. Now, if you're watching, friends, he didn't do anything bad with them. Some people just say he used them, but he still supports XRP today. He never gave up on him. He still likes Cardano. So it's not, he didn't like get in and like gut him out like a vulture capital would or anything. He saw, and I remember there, no one in mainstream crypto wanted to talk about XRP because it's so centralized. It's so against everything that they believe in. And Cardano, it was vapor ghostware. It hadn't even released stuff. No one wanted to talk about them. But, you know, Ben, he's like, well, you got a huge community, man. Yoink. And it worked. Okay, now, I made posts specifically tagging Benny Boo, calling on for Benny Boo, and saying, hey, man, your ratings went to 0. You got rated by the old dudes, Discover Crypto, there's no more BitBoy channel. You're on your way up again. I think there's enormous opportunity with PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX. And I said this, friends, it's basically, you're making a deal here where you say, look, friends, whether you like it or not, he's got 100,000 people today. And he keeps grabbing everyone's attention. Okay, do you know how many times? Trust me, friends, I'm talking to you in the comment sections. I'm talking to every single one, and I'm like, you know what? I think now he's finally gonna fade away. Bang! He finally does something. He snaps back up. He's like, Cassie, I'm gonna get a tattoo, man. Something happens. He comes back in the spotlight. He just somehow he knows how to freaking just get back in, and it's always doing something questionable. It's always something like, you know, just the thing. He gets back. He knows how to get his way there. It's like Kanye West. They just know what to say. They just know what to say to trigger people, and everyone falls for it. All right. Now, you just have to think for yourself for a second and go, wait a minute. If this was any other coin and any other community, how do you think they would be reacting on average if their coin was down 95%? After 3 years? How do you think they would be reacting? Because that's the truth is HEX is round tripped, right? 3-year mark, yeah, literally 0% return. Now, of course, there's yield to be gained, but friends, let's be honest, you can't gaslight people with these yield stuff because people looking at the charts, you can't see the yield. For example, when I calculate the Bitcoin returns, you can't get the Bitcoin miner returns, okay, who got them all for free. It's basically infinite return, okay? So yes, we know the yield and stuff is there, but even if the yield was calculated in a 60% return for 3 years, think about what you're competing with, right? Because it's a big world out there, right? Cycle 1 coins, Cycle 1 narratives. You also have, you know, Ivan. He appreciates the community. He's just like, you know, guys, it's like really boring. It's more than 2.5 years now. Still break even for my PulseChain. We're just happy to get back to break even. He's like, oh man, there's like nothing going on. And then you have also PulseX, which is down still. So you have the reality of the situation here. And then you will probably, if we had this conversation, friends, 9 months ago in April 2023, I know what your answer would have been. You would have been saying, hey, forget BitBoy, forget everyone. We don't need them. We're recovering. We're killing it. You would have been right. Up until the unfortunate events of where you saw that HEX at 2 cents was still overvalued, right? Even up here. So that's basically what happens up here. This was the PulseChain Testnet version 3 launch. We come all the way down, get wrecked. Here we are. Now, this horizontal line is where the combined HEX price is. So right now, the price actually looks like that, okay? We're at right here, okay? This yellow line. That is it. But you get to see, friends. You get to see, right? This is literally 3-year round trip. So you're looking at the orange line. That's the combined price. So yes, you could have made a point back when HEX got back to 12 cents in April of 2023. Yes, March 2023. you definitely, I'm on board with you. I would have believed you, saying like, you know what? Yeah, forget them all. Forget them. We're killing it, man. We're on our way up. Look what the market did, man. Bang. Like, just to show you how high we are, combined HEX price is down 82% from that point. Like, man, you're down 82% from your testnet. That hurts. So what does the community do now? Well, you're looking at this, right? HEX down 95% after 2.5 years. PulseX down 45%. PulseChain break even. You also had, there was that controversy, friends. You got to see in the midst of the red candles, there was the HEX Cantillon group controversy. I just got to repeat to you, friends, not everybody in that group, like I was once in that group and I left, or they kicked me out for something, forgot what it was, okay? Not everyone in that group is like evil out to get you. The whole point I'm just telling you is, in red candles, when BitBoy, who was self-made, friends, you know BitBoy's account went up to $20 to $30 million, you know, without Richard Hart, without using any of HEX or PulseChain, okay? He made $30 million without it. So it's self-made in that regard. Now, how he got that, the self-made parts, obviously, as a topic for another discussion. But, you know, all of these, you just got to think about where we're going. Because when BitBoy's not there, there are things within the PulseChain and HEX community. You're like, oh, we're still kind of got those sharks swimming around, you know, sharks who are still kind of like, they're doing more damage than what Bitcoin could do. Because, sorry, what BitBoy would do. You know, friends, BitBoy doesn't have PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX. BitBoy has not spent a lot of time telling people to buy into this ecosystem. He hasn't. So he's already net zero effect. He can't do anything worse. He doesn't have bags to sell. However, the snakes, okay, in there, they have the bags. They can damage the price. And yes, you can say, yeah, we can dump and move on here and there. Yeah, but you kind of don't care about the price and move on part. I can always wait another year or two. Problem is, can people who've been waiting for 3 years wait another 3 years, right? That's another thing to just think about. So it's a bit of hypocrisy, that's all. I'm showing you that BitBoy, he can't harm the price. He can only help the price. He can only help it from here. And he's got 100,000 people. Just imagine he gets back to 500,000. Think about that, friends. You know, PulseChain's only got 16,000 daily active users. Like, you know, BitBoy could almost make like the price 4x in a couple of months at some point. BitBoy alone, okay? That's just a doubling of the daily active users and everyone getting used to it, you know, because he's just talking about them all. Now, that's him going full on committed. I don't know if he's going to do that. I'm just kind of showing you, okay? When we shine spotlights here and there, it's not so clean everywhere, is it? Okay? So, you know, now obviously the community, we're torn. We're like, hey, you know, yes, we love PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX, and we like that when you speak about it, but we didn't agree with all the other parts. And look, I'll share a lovely comment from Allin, who basically said, you know, Maddie said, look, yeah, we don't have to support a person, but reward good behavior, right? Because that's basically what you're doing. You're judging someone by the content of their character and their actions. So, yeah, hey, when you talk about, there's also controversy going to be, right? Like, yeah, when you talk about PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX, right here with you. Everything else, we don't like it. It's the truth. You know what I mean? So that's basically how we have to navigate this. And, you know, I'm going to show you the Jiggly Boy card as well, friends. He's got the ability to yell at the SEC. Friends, he does have pump bags for 20 mana. It only costs him literally 20 mana. You know, BitBoy, everyone's watching him, man. He finds a way to just sneak in. You see, just controversial here and there. So anything associated to him, no one's even going to know. What do you think if JigglyPuff, if Ben tells like 100,000 people about PulseChain Extra, a wider outreach audience, they're not going to say it's JigglyPuff's coin, right, in like a year from now. They're just going to be part of the ecosystem. They're going to be like, where did I hear about it again? I heard people talking about it on Twitter, and then JigglyPuff kind of sang to me. Okay, so just trying to help reach a wider audience, okay? And most importantly, all of this is outside of our control anyway, okay? It's just that, you know, there's like a metaphor. Oh, are you making a pact with the devil here and there? We can't control anything. The cookie's going to crumble, and however it falls, it'll fall. But it is nice that the community's strong enough. We don't need one individual person. We don't need him to succeed. We don't need that. But, you know, like big butts, fan the show, friends, like, subscribe, belly button all. You can't deny one thing, though. You can't deny that walking into 2024, we were dead in price. Dead. Okay. We're kind of still dead right now. You saw that, friends. The only thing that changed was someone, Richard Hart, Ethereum's #1 DAI holder, swept up $6 million worth of coins and then locked in another 20 million ready and then moving like 2,500 ETH or however much it was. Basically, in a nutshell, Richard pumping the price. That is something to think about. Because on one hand, yes, we're going to be independent to the very, very end, sure. On the other hand, you all know that it's literally the flat heartbeat. Boop, boop, like the heart's barely beating at that point. It's just the fat line, okay? Kind of like the PulseChain signal, right? Kind of funny. So that's just something that the community is going to have to wrestle with. Now, you might say, no, things are going to change. Things are going to change. I'm right there with you. I pray for things changing. Just letting you know, you don't have to worry about me, man. You got to worry about the 100,000 people who came in 2021 and after. Because HEX has got like 200,000 people, same as PulseChain, PulseX, whatever. More than half of them came after 2021. All they've seen is down only for 2.5 years, okay? And all you've been telling them is we're going to pump up any day now, any month now, we're going to get 10x. That's exactly what the XRP people do, okay? And eventually they're going to say, hey, man, you've been telling me delay gratification. I've been waiting for 3 years, bro. Where's my gains? Where's my gains? They're gonna be saying stuff like that to you, and you can't be telling them, oh, there are gains. You've been earning yield the whole time. They're like, bro, get out of here. I got 6 grand. What do I care about 20% yield on 6 grand? You know what I mean? This guy put 6 grand in this other coin. It went up like 30x. Now you might say, hey, but that thing's a scam. And then he goes, okay. And then this coin, and Dog with the Hat, and Solana, and Bonk, and all these. You know what I mean? And doing all the grifting and all these. Like, it's a bull market, friends. There's an abundance of poop coins out there. You can't expect people to swallow the information of saying, well, they're all scams. All of them. All 40 coins that pumped up hard, they're all scams. Even though you had a chance to get up and make it. You know, even like Paulie 0x, he made like Peppy Fork, which is pork. It went up to 20x in a freaking day or two, right? So you see what I mean, man? It gets harder and harder to keep talking to people with credibility when you tell them any day now, right? So it is what it is. So how does everybody navigate? Well, like I said, it's already outside of our control. There's nothing you can do. But I'm just helping you not get burned out. Because you're going to see people do questionable things, man. These bull market friends. I've told you, I don't need to sit here and tell you these. I'm just going to tell you, you're going to be very, very shocked. People selling their souls or selling out. A lot of things happening, okay? Even within the communities themselves. But, you know, there's always that final aspect, friends. And I'm also going to play some gentle angel music, okay? On one hand, don't bite the hand that feeds you, okay? Like, that's BitBoy, who might be onboarding 100,000 or 500,000 people if he keeps speaking about it, if he likes it. And yeah, people might say, hey, but you're using us to become relevant again. Yeah, friends, that's another concept. That's what I'm going to get to, right? So don't bite the hand that feeds you. But then on the other hand, you're like, wait a minute. We needed Richard to pump us up off that low, okay? Not like guessing, nothing, friends. We needed him to do that. It was not moving up without him. It's still not moving up without him. Have you seen as soon as he stopped buying, plonk, it's just like, okay, what happens next? You see what I mean? There's just two things you just got to consider. So at the end of the day, every community, doesn't matter what coin it is, they have to have this perspective. And now it's going to get controversial. Are they all right, or are they all wrong, or is it somewhere in between? It's like, it's now you say, well, okay, maybe I don't agree with BitBoy's actions, all of them. But if he's got a megaphone pointing to 500,000 people, new people, we can save some of them because they're going to come to my coin. They're going to get off centralized exchanges. They're going to learn Richard Hart talking points. They're going to do yield farming where you earn PulseX and like Inc. You can play around in something where there's no insider VCs dumping. You can do HEX staking. You can make a ladder for yourself in the future so you don't have to like trade and stuff. You can basically make yourself as a certificate of deposit contract in the future and earn yield along the way to protect yourself against paper handing. You participate in PulseChain altcoins so you don't get murdered to Ethereum gas fees. There are no insider ICOs, all this other stuff. Okay, you don't have to rely on leverage trading to actually make it, even though we do have it in the ecosystem as well. You don't have to. There's always abundance of opportunity. Okay, you have PulseChain that's 9x away from flipping Cardano, and it does more volume than it. PulseX has a buy and burn. You're owning the casino. You see all these beautiful stuff. When you paint that picture, it's like, rainbows and fairies and the clouds pull up and there's, rainbows going on. There's like coins falling from the sky. Yeah, that's the world that people only get to hear about and see if you basically accept that he's going to talk to people about it. Okay, so now you basically have to decide. You're like, do I want to save people who are in like trashy poop coins in the rest of crypto? Or do I just want to like keep yelling at a dude because I don't really agree with his morals, even though we kind of got some like shark issues and stuff in the ecosystem as well? Okay, so all I'm telling you to do, it's going to play out anyway. There's nothing you and me can do, whatever. He can do whatever he wants and everything. I'm just telling you, you've only got a certain number of battery juices left in your body. Thinking about, should I be following this guy or this or that? That ain't going to get you anywhere, friends. You stay long, you stay strong, you eat a little Pokemon hat, like, subscribe, belly button, all. We're all going to make it. Catch you soon.